So,
Yeah.
Whenever you are, I think we got.
Lisa, the mics are not on.
Oh, I'm sorry, I turned it off, I turned this off. Sorry.
For what? You get so stressed out over some of the crazy things.
Try now.
You're good now.
good afternoon. I'll call the Board of Education meeting together. This is the board meeting of the North Rose-Wolcott Central School District. Please begin the meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. Stand, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. First order of business. The first order of business is to approve the agenda. Motion, please, to approve tonight's agenda. Tina and Linda. Discussion. I would like to add one thing to the agenda, and that will be the voting on the 4-county school board's official ballot tonight. Add that to tonight's agenda after the consent agenda. Anything else? All in favor of approving tonight's agenda? Motion is carried. Tina, is there anyone asking to speak to the board tonight?
There's no one.
No one, thank you. We come to the consent agenda. A motion, please, to approve the consent agenda. Shelley and Travis? Any discussion? John?
I'd like to discuss D,
All right,
3D.
3D. All right. 3D.
First page is on.
The donation to the district, Cinda.
Pardon me?
The donation to the district.
Oh, D. Oh, all right. Yeah, I turned over to the next page and got a number 3 there. So my apologies. Got it. John?
Okay. 3D basically says to accept a $1,000 gift in memory of Mrs. Hunt. This is Marjorie Hunt. Mrs. Hunt taught high school business in North Rose-Wolcott, I don't know how many years, but she was a veteran, an institution in the schools, and at that time, a leader of the Teachers Association, as well as just being a general faculty member. I'm happy to accept it. I also, I think we should thank somehow formally the Wayne County Retired Teachers Association, because they're the ones that sponsored the $1,000 gift.
I do send a letter, John.
Good, thank you.
Thank you, John. Yes, those of us who knew Marge knew her dedication to the district and the community and to our students. Any other discussion? All right, then all in favor of approving the consent agenda? That motion is approved. You'll turn to page 4. We have added the ballot for the 4 county school boards officers. You have a handout on that.
They don't have a handout on that.
Oh, you don't have a handout?
No, I didn't hand that out. I gave it to you
All right.
just to discuss.
Then I will read it to you. Each member district, and we are a member district, is allowed 1 vote per item. The first item is for the president next year of Fort County. It's a 1-year term starting on July 1, 2025. And the slate that, or the person that the slate of officers is putting up is Robin Johnson. I will open that position for president. I'll open it up for nominations, and you can, someone can nominate Robin and or nominate someone else as well. It's up to you. Linda,
I nominate Robin Johnson.
is there a second to that nomination? Tina? Any other nominations? Motion, please, to close nominations for president. Shelley and Leslie. Nominations are closed. All in favor of voting for Robin Johnson for president? Motion is carried, and that is our district's vote for president. Nominations are now open for vice president. They are recommending Julie Nevin-Leeser as vice president, and or you can nominate anyone you wish. Is there a nomination? Linda?
Julie Nevelizer.
Anyone? All right, is there a second for Julie? Thank you, Leslie. Are there any other nominations? Motion to close nominations. Shelley, Linda? All in favor of voting for Julie Nevelizer? Motion is carried. They are recommending for the banking designation to have annual designation of depositories for association funds starting on July 1, 2025 with Reliant Community Credit Union. Is there someone, so nominate or not nominations? What do I want? Approval. Approval for the banking depository. A motion for that.
I'll make a motion.
Thank you, Tina. Is there a second? Linda? Are there any other nominations or motions for a banking institution? Then motion, please, to close those. Leslie and Tina. All in favor of the Reliant Community Credit Union as the Fort County depository for funds. All in favor? Motion is carried. And lastly, we need to approve the signatories on the bank accounts starting on July 1, 2025 as the executive director, the president, the vice president, and the treasurer of Fort County would be on the signatures on that account. Is there a motion to approve those? Travis? And the second? Leslie? Are there any others nominations? Motion to close nominations for signatures. Tina and Shelley? All right, all in favor of the executive director, the president, vice president, and the treasurer be the signatories on the bank accounts. Motion is carried. And we have officially completed the voting that we needed to do. They also would like any suggestions for topics or speakers that we would like to see Fort County offer in year 26, 25, 26. And also, do you have any topics or speakers for the 26 Spring Education Conference? And number 3, if our district would be interested in facilitating a student-led presentation workshop at our 2026 Spring Education Conference. And if that was the case, what would you like them to present on? We don't need to come up with that right at this moment, but there are things to think about. And I wonder, Tina, if I get this to you, would you send this on to
I could forward it to the
Fort
board members.
County? And would you also send the survey to all the board members? So if you do think of something that you'd like, Tina can pass that on. Okay. Under board member request, comments, and discussion. If you would look at the paper that I passed out, that our the committee for the board handbook met, and these are the recommendations for that the handbook committee is making to the board for changes in the our handbook. On pages, I'll let you read these on your own. And we will come back to these at the next second meeting of the month. But I would like to have you focus, if you would, on page 10. The committee recommends that number 5 have a change. And I will read this change to you. Shelley, the word, to all of you, the word representatives has been changed to presenters at this moment. So there's a couple of those. So this is what the recommendation is. Student presenters are included in board meetings on the first meeting of each month to present information, personal experiences, likes, concerns, and recommendations connected to their schools, classes, programs, activities, and off-campus learning centers. One specific area is highlighted at each meeting, and one or more students may present. The superintendent schedules areas of presentation determined by student accomplishments, programs, and activities, and board member requests. Student presenters provide board member-student interactions and reinforce a student-centered board focus. That's what we have been doing this year. And this is therefore what the committee recommends that we change in our handbook. Are you all okay with that change? All right, so next year when the handbook is updated, this will be a change. The other changes are a few words, not really big changes at all. Now, there is a second area that needs to be discussed, and that is the state mandated student representative on the board. And it is recommended that the student representative would be different than the student presenters and would therefore attend the second board meeting of a month, at which time we have more discussion of items where perhaps the student representative could be informative as far as we're concerned and have input that would be valuable to us. And while this area hasn't been really laid out by the state, I recommend that that we ask our superintendent to get more information on this and to offer us some options on what would be who the student might be, how long the term might be that they would be on, how many students it might be, all of those involvements that we ask the superintendent to prepare that for us. Is that all right with you?
Yes.
Is that okay with you?
That's fine.
All right.
Need a motion
No, I don't think so. I think we can just ask for it. All right. More, is there anyone else who has anything for board member requests, comments, and discussion? All right. Does anyone have any particular good news that they'd like to share this time? Okay. And then this does conclude our agenda, but the board does need to go into executive session for the purpose of discussing the employment history of specific employees. Motion, please, to go into executive session. Tina and Leslie, any discussion? All in favor? Motion is carried. We will be going into executive session, and when we return, we will not be conducting any business and only to officially close the meeting. So you're welcome to stay for that if you want, but otherwise we'll say goodbye to any of you who are leaving.